Hello, my muffins, and welcome back to another episode of What the Smut. I am your host, Candace. Thank you again for joining me. I appreciate you guys being here. Today, I have a special treat for you. Today, I will be reviewing the novel that started it all. It really is, for me, the novel that started it all. Today, I'm going to be reviewing this little cutie patootie right here. This is a novel by author Annette Klause? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. The novel is called Blood and Chocolate. This book was the first ever itty bitty smutty book that I read. This was, for me, the book that started it all. Picture it. 1990 something. 1998? Yeah, 1998-ish. 9th grade, high school. Found this bad boy in the library. Never returned it. I kept it. I probably owe them money. But it's mine now. It's my personal collection. I'm not a law-abiding citizen. Oh well. This book was my first foray into not only the realm of paranormal romance, but it would be considered, I think, a young adult fiction novel. It has very little sex scenes in it, so it's not smutty per se, but it is a love story type novel. So I decided to review it for you guys, give you guys a special treat, since it was my first. So the novel is called Blood and Chocolate. It was originally published, I think, in 1997, which it's, oh my God, it's 2020. Oh my God, I can't think about it. I can't think about it because I'll have a panic attack. I'm fucking old. So it was first published in 1997. It is 290 pages, which is about average. You know, you can see it's well worn, well dusty. Been on my bookshelf a long time. You can get this book. I don't think it has this particular cover anymore. It did get a revamped cover. I personally prefer this cover, but it does have another cover. If you want to buy the paperback on Amazon, you can get it right now for $7.99. Not too bad. The Kindle and Nook price for this book is also $7.99, so I feel like it's like a no-brainer. I know a lot of people, there's a big debate in the reading community about ebook versus, you know, paperback or hardcover book. But I read them both ways, to be honest. I have a lot of books on my Kindle Paperwhite. If I really like the book, I will buy it in paperback or in hardcover to add to my collection. If I don't like the book, then I just delete the ebook and I never read it again, or it's just there and I forget about it. No harm done. What am I out, like $3.99? Stop being cheap. $3.99. Come on. You never know. I've discovered a lot of authors that I really, really liked, and then I've gone on to read all of their catalog off of just one little ebook or one little used paperback in a, you know, consignment shop or at Goodwill. Or I'm not above buying used books. They don't have to be brand new. I love a good, you know, Goodwill find. I never find anything good at my Goodwill though. Terrible selection. And there's like 100 of them around me. Never find anything good. I see tons of posts on the internet. Tons of posts in my book readers groups. Oh, look what I found in my secondhand shop. Look what I found at my local Goodwill. And it'll just be tons of good shit. Like, you know, Jenna Showalter novels and Cressley Cole novels and Nora Roberts novels. And I never find any of those. I find cookbooks and children's books. Well, I buy the children's books sometimes for Charlotte, because, you know, I need to further her education. Anyway, I gotta stop. I'm getting distracted. And this video is already 5 minutes in. Okay. You can get it used on eBay for about $3.99, $4. I saw it. Free shipping. Come on. That's a deal. That's a steal. As I said, if you're a hardcore smut reader and you're looking for that filth, you're not going to find it in this book. I'm sorry. I can recommend you a good 100 other books that will just keep you up at night. But this is not the one. I don't know, it just kind of opened the door for me, and here I am, practically famous on YouTube. Look how far we've come. Not even close to famous. I got like 6 videos up so far. I'm gonna get there though, don't worry, I'm gonna get there. This particular book was made into a major motion picture by the same name. However, if you read the book and you saw the movie, you would know there were massive inconsistencies. So much so that they changed everything except the names of the characters. I'm personally one of those people where I can read a book, and if the movie is well done, even if there are differences from the book, I can separate the two and appreciate them both equally for what they are. A lot of people cannot do that. A lot of people, if it's not true to the book 110%, they freak out. I'm not that person. You might be that person. If you are that person and you saw this movie and you also read this book, you're probably pissed off right now. And I'm sorry to drudge up these terrible memories for you. But it was made into a motion picture. They kept the names of the 3 main characters the same. There were a few little smattering of, lesser whatever characters in there that they also kept the names the same. But they changed pretty much the entire premise of the book. They changed the location. They changed who was the hero and who was the villain in the novels. They basically switched them. So the main character, female character in this book is a young lady by the name of Vivian. She falls for a boy and his name is, what the hell's his name? Aiden. So this is just a lot going on. I'll read you the blurb. I'm gonna read you the blurb for this book in just a second. But the movie for this was released in 2007. I did see it. I did actually like it. I enjoyed quite a few songs from the soundtrack. They were downloaded to my iPod Touch, iPod Nano. It's 2007. I don't remember, but it was an iPod. So I enjoyed the book, loved the book. I liked the movie enough to buy it. So I have it on DVD. I didn't think to bring it in here because I'm a fucking idiot. Maybe I'll cut scene and I'll go get it and I'll come back, but then that will let Charlotte know that it's okay to come in here. And right now I told her it's not okay to come in here, so probably I might not do that. But I will put a copy of the cover of the DVD here, or the Blu-ray or whatever it is up here for you guys to see in case you're interested in renting it or buying it or downloading it or streaming it or whatever. You can purchase this book again with a different cover probably from Amazon or Kindle or Nook, as well as from eBay used. So I'm going to read you the blurb for this book, and don't get excited. I do have printer paper, but only because I found 3 stray sheets of printer paper, and to conserve them I printed on both sides. I'm a mess. I am a mess. Let it go. Just accept it. Terrible. I'm terrible at this. Okay. So, the blurb, or the synopsis, if you will, for this particular book says, Vivian Gandolin relishes the change, the sweet, fierce ache that carries her from girl to wolf. At 16, she's beautiful and strong, and all the young wolves are on her tail. But Vivian still grieves for her dead father. Her pack remains leaderless and in disarray, and she feels lost in the suburbs of Maryland. She longs for a normal life, but what is normal for a werewolf? Then Vivian falls in love with a human, a meat boy. That's what they call it in the book, which terrible, terrible. Aiden is kind and gentle, a welcome relief from the squabbling pack. He's fascinated by magic, and Vivian longs to reveal herself to him. Surely he would understand her and delight in the wonder of her dual nature, not fear her as an ordinary human would. Vivian's divided loyalties are strained further when a brutal murder threatens to expose the pack. Moving between two worlds, she does not seem to belong in either. What is she really, human or beast? Which tastes sweeter, blood or chocolate? I don't know where the title Blood and Chocolate came from. Like, I'm not sure what possessed the author to write about that, because there's literally, I don't think there's any really references to chocolate in the book, aside from her saying that blood tastes like sweet like chocolate. For what it is, it was a very good novel. It was well written. You get really immersed in the story. If you read it and you like it, and then you decide to see the movie, prepare yourself, because as I said before, they're completely different. It has a different ending. It has a different location. A lot of the characters have foreign accents as opposed to being very Americanized in the novel. So really, I mean, it's really a toss-up. I would say that both the book and the movie are equally good, just in different ways. So if you're one of those people that can't separate out a book and the movie based loosely on the book and not freak out at the changes, then you will probably like both. Again, this is a young adult novel. It's more geared towards teen fiction than it is really super smutty. I would recommend, if you like a good story and you don't mind that it's young adult, like if you like Cressley Cole's or Arcana series, you may like this. I don't know. The writing style is very good for what it is, juvenile fiction. For me, just because of nostalgia, to rate the book from 1 to 10, I would probably give it like 7.5? 7.5? I should go back and reread it again as a 35-year-old lady and see if it still holds true. Or maybe it'll be like when you watched a horror movie that was made in the 80s and you watch it in like the 90s when you're like 10. And it was like, oh my God, that's so scary. That's so amazing. And then you watch it as like a 30-year-old and you're like, oh my God, this is so fucking cheesy. This is terrible. Terribly made. I just saw wires lifting that guy up. How did I miss that the first time? I don't know. You never know. So I'll probably go back and read this at some point again, but I do have a huge roster of books on my to be read list. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to that, but I do remember the book. I remember loving it. So I would rate it a 7.5, 7.5. I would suggest picking it up, and you know, for $3.99 used on eBay, you really can't go wrong. If you would like to follow me on any of my social media pages, we do have a Facebook group. It is under What the Smut Book Reviews. I am also on Twitter and Instagram under what_the_smut. Okay? If I can figure out how to do a cute little banner, you'll see it somewhere down here. If it doesn't pop up, then I'm just going to look ridiculous doing this. But I just told you where to find me. So find me. Okay? I thank you guys so much for joining me for another video, and stay tuned for my next video because I will be reviewing 50 Shades, the whole trilogy. I'm not going to devote a video for each book. I'm just going to do all three at one time. See you in the next one. Bye. Spoiler alert. So if you're really looking for that raunchy stuff, knock knock. Who is it? It's you again, I know. It's you again. I'm gonna wait and see if she goes away by herself. Maybe she'll forget I'm in here. No. She'll be back. 10 seconds. 10 seconds flat. You know, you don't like it, you trade it in for credit at your local bookstore, your local used consignment store, and you get something else. What have you lost? A couple days time. Do you hear it? Mommy. Yes, Charlotte. No, not yet. I'll be there in a minute. Okay. Go watch Scooby-Doo. She's not gonna go away. She's gonna stand out there. 5 more seconds. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Another one down, another one down. Another one bites the dust. Stop. Ow, my God. Did y'all hear that? I cracked my neck when I did that. Oh God, I'm getting old. I'm getting so old. I can't do it. Get your shit together. I think I'm going bald. She's back, I hear her. What? Feed her something. Her baby doll feels hungry. I'm gonna go to pick up the doll later and there's gonna be like tater tot shoved in its mouth. I'm gonna have to clean it. The woes of parenthood.